Hey there, we're ready to learn The Wonder of You, a song made famous by Elvis Presley. I'll show you an easy version, and then I'll show you some ways we can spice it up a bit. Let's do this. When no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong, you give me love and consolation. You give me strength to carry on, and you're always there to lend a hand in everything I do. That's the wonder of you. Hey there, I'm Tomas Michaud from Real Guitar Success. The Wonder of You is one of those all-time Elvis classics. Now, I like to use this song with guitar students because it's a great example of a common chord progression. Most of the song consists of 4 chords in this order: G, E minor, A minor, and D. In music speak, this is a 1, 2, 6, 5 chord progression. I'm going to start out by showing you the chords. Then I'll go ahead and strum through the chords and give you an idea how the words and the chords fit together. We'll add a little strum and then put it all together. Now the first chord we'll be using is a G chord. And I'm going to use a version that's a 3-finger with my pinky. Now that's my second favorite form of G. My first favorite form is this 4-finger version. But you'll see in a minute why I'm using this version. It has to do with switching to the other chords. The second chord is an E minor. And you'll see it's a nice easy switch from this G to the E minor. I can even leave my second finger there and just put the third finger right next to it on that 4th string 2nd fret. So from G, third finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, second finger on the 2nd fret 2nd string, and the pinky is over here on the 1st string 3rd fret. Now I leave the second finger there and just put the third finger on the 4th string 2nd fret right next to it. The next chord is A minor, and this again is a nice easy switch because I'm just going to move these 2 fingers over a string. When I say over, actually to the higher strings, closer to the 1st string. Now I'm on the 4th and 3rd strings, and then put the 1st finger down on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And finally, we're going to a D chord. I am going to switch around a bit to make the D chord, and this is a typical folk style D chord. So these are the 4 chords that make up this common chord progression. We go from the G to the E minor, now to that A minor, and then to the D chord. Now try that with me. This is a great exercise to practice. So strum your G chord. If you want to do a different version of G, that's perfectly fine. Now to E minor. Notice my second finger stayed right where it was. Now to the A minor, move over, 1st finger down, and to the D chord. And again, one more. G, E minor, A minor, and to D. Okay, that's the basic progression. Now let's put it together with the words. I'm going to call this an easy version because I'm not going to use that G7 that you saw in the beginning. Also, I'm going to show you a couple other little things to spice it up after we do this. Start with your G chord, strum 2 times to start. You'll see later on we're going to do 1 strum on some of the chords. Here we go, hit it. When no one else can understand me, E minor. Now to A minor. And everything I do is to D. Wrong. Now repeat that. Back to G. You give me love and constant, E minor, same progression, A minor. You give me strength to carry on. Now we're going to do a few measures of G. Stay on G. No, do, do. Again, do, do, do. Okay, now there's a couple more chords that we're going to include in the basic or easy version. There is a C chord in there, and you'll see the C chord is very easy, especially from the A minor. You just move your 3rd finger over here to the 5th string 3rd fret. So you might want to practice just going from A minor to C. The other 2 chords are pretty easy. We've got that E minor already. Now we're going to change at one point to an E7. To do that, you put your 1st finger down on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and you take your 3rd finger off of the 4th string. That makes an E7 chord. So you've got the C chord, you've got your E7 chord, along with a G, E minor, A minor, and D. Now, I'm going to go ahead and map it out for you with the words. You can follow along or you can watch and then come back and try it later. That means I'm just going to strum the chords and sing along a little bit with it so you can hear where the words fall with the chords. Start with the G, and I'll do 2 strums to start with on each chord. Later it'll be 1 strum a chord. You'll see. Here we go. When no one else can understand me, A minor, and everything I do is wrong. Now we're going to do that progression again. G. You give me love and consolation, A minor and D. You give me strength to carry on. Now we're going to do a bunch of G's. Here we go. And always there to again G. Now it's 1 C, 1 D, and E minor, and E7. That's the back to C wonder. 2 strums to D. The wonder of you. And that's the entire song, except for the little parts in between that connect one verse chorus to the other. So it's hard to distinguish on this song. The verse and the chorus are kind of all together. And it repeats that same pattern over again from the beginning. Let's add some strumming to it. Now, there's nothing wrong with that straight down strum. As a matter of fact, if you're just learning the song, that's what I would do. Map out the chords and sing along with it and get the hang of where the chords change. But when you're ready, we're going to add a little more spice to the strum. Instead of straight down twice, I'm going to go 3 little strums in place of each of those 1 down strums. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. I often count it like this. 1 da da, 2 da da, 3 da da, 4 da da, and so on. Now, you want to hit kind of lightly. You don't want to bang away like that. And I'm putting a little extra emphasis on the very first one. So of each of the 3s, it's like this. 1, 2, 3. But it's subtle. Don't worry if you don't get that first. I would encourage you just to go straight down and over time add a little more feeling to it by putting, we call it accent on the 1 and the 2 and 3 and 4. 1 da da, 2 da. Try it with me. Just make your G chord any way you want for now. And we're going to go 1 da da, 2 da da, like that. Ready? Hit it. 1 da da, 2 da da, 3 da da, 4. Okay, yeah, you can do this. Now, I want to give you the option to add a few upgrades. These are fairly simple and completely optional. Please do not stress over this. I'm doing a D chord, but occasionally when I play the song, there's a place to add a D7. And I won't show you exactly where that is right now, but I'll show you when we go to play the whole song. A D7 looks like a D, only it's kind of upside down in a way. Instead of this note, it's this note here. To make that, I have to put the first finger on the 2nd string 1st fret. Now the 2nd and 3rd fingers can go on each side on that 2nd fret like the D. Here's the D chord and the D7. Now you'll notice it actually is even a little easier to follow the progression with the D7 because the first finger can stay right there and just move these 2 fingers over. If you decide to use D7 all the time instead of D, it works. It sounds great. Or you can vary it a little bit and add some variety to it. The other change is I'm doing a G chord, but there's a place where I do a long G, where I do half a regular G and half a G7. That G7 makes it feel like it's getting ready to go to the next chord. It adds some tension. I like that. Now this G7's a bit of a stretch, and for some people it's really hard. You can also make a usable chord by just taking off that 3rd finger and leaving the 2nd finger right there on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and the 1st finger on the 1st string, 1st fret. That actually makes a G7/B. It means the B's in the bass note. Now, I don't want this open note to sound here, so I'm actually just slightly touching it with my 2nd finger to deaden it out. It sounds complicated, but it's kind of hard not to deaden it out, really. I'll leave it up to you if you want to try the G7, the G7/B, or just stick with G the whole time. Okay, it's time to put it all together now. If you haven't already, be sure and download the lyrics and the chords. There'll be a link that you can get over to my blog page and do that. Go ahead and get your guitar out, make a G chord to start. You'll see where I add the G7, the D7, and you'll also be able to follow along on the music. When no one else can understand me, when everything I do is wrong, you give me love and consolation. You give me strength to carry on, and you're always there to lend a hand. Everything I do, that's the wonder of you. Hey, into the next verse. Here we go. And when you smile, the world is brighter. You touch my hand and I'm a king. Your kiss to me is worth a fortune. Your love for me is everything. I guess I'll never know the reason why you love me like you do. That's the wonder of you. I guess I'll never know the reason why you love me like you do. That's the wonder of you. Okay, our time's coming to an end for now. Did you learn something today? If you did, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. And if you want exclusive lessons and tips, go ahead over to my blog, tomasmichaud.com, and sign up for my newsletter. It's free. Now I'm going to turn it over to you. Which of those forms of the G chord are you going to use for this song? Do you like that 3-finger G with the pinky that I'm using? Or do you prefer a different form? And how about that strum? Did that seem easy, or did it seem like it was pretty tough? Or do you prefer a different strum altogether? Let me know in the comments below right now.